Alright, what's up you guys? I am here with WrestleMania 4, and honestly I was trying to figure out how to review this one because this is 16 matches, and a lot of them are just very short tournament matches. So it's just like, how do I really go about reviewing something that really not much needs to be said? So I'm more going to review the idea of the pay-per-view. I'm still going to give it a letter grade, obviously. You know, you can still do that pretty accurately if I'm not going to go through each match individually. You know, I'm going to highlight some of the key matches here and just kind of review the situation that this WrestleMania was in. But the Battle Royal, we had Bad News Brown eliminating Bret Hart. You know, this was a good Battle Royal. Kind of a strange addition to the card. I mean, I guess you kind of had to have something on there that's not the tournament. So, you know, it's cool to see Bret Hart at WrestleMania. It always is, especially the early years. And another singles match we had the Ultimate Warrior versus Hercules in the Ultimate Warrior's WrestleMania debut. This went 4 minutes and 29 seconds, and this was obviously just there to get Ultimate Warrior over. It's not necessarily a squash match, but it's pretty short. It's really not very eventful, making the Ultimate Warrior look strong, building him up for the future. And then we had, for the Intercontinental title, Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus the Honky Tonk Man. So, Intercontinental title match, 6.5 minutes. You know, I did enjoy this for what it was. You know, I like Honky Tonk Man personally, so, you know, it's cool to see him in a WrestleMania match. So, good match. Not really a fan of Brutus Beefcake winning. I would have preferred Honky Tonk Man win, but it is what it is. Then we had the 6-man tag match, the Islanders defeating the British Bulldogs, and then Coco Beware, and then Bobby Heenan was with the Islanders. So, you know, this was alright, very gimmicky, 7.5 minutes. You know, Bobby Heenan in a WrestleMania match, it's always great. I love Bobby Heenan. He is one of the all-time great personalities in the history of professional wrestling, and you can't deny that. But overall, as a match, kind of falls flat, and like I said, very gimmicky and more just for the show aspect of it. And then we have Demolition defeating Strikeforce, 12 minutes and 33 seconds. I really enjoyed this match. I'm a huge Demolition fan, and it's becoming a joke now. Tito Santana, literally, his WrestleMania loss record is terrible. Like, my God. I feel bad for him. He doesn't deserve that. But Demolition does deserve the tag team titles. So this was a kick-ass match, for me at least. You know, it may not be a technical classic by any means, but I did enjoy this. So that covers all of the non-tournament matches. So with the tournament, you know, something that was very heavily built up here was Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. I mean, they made the poster. You know, it was the big rematch. And they eliminated each other from the tournament. So, you don't have to really see much of them on the pay-per-view. You know, it's not like a bunch of repeats matches there. But, you know, when it comes to the actual tournament itself, I feel like I like this WrestleMania a lot more than other people do. And when you have a tournament this big for the vacant WWE or WWF title, you're going to have a lot of short matches that may not be all that great when it comes to quality. But I feel like this pay-per-view tells a great story. You know, you have Macho Man competing how many times? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, Macho Man competed 4 times at a WrestleMania. That's an accomplishment. And then you have the main event with Randy Savage and Ted DiBiase. It only went 9 minutes and 27 seconds, but it's a great moment. I'm a huge Macho Man Randy Savage fan. To have him win the title after this grueling tournament, it's a great story. This is a perfect end to a WrestleMania. It has that feel-good moment like Benoit at 20, Daniel Bryan at 30, Bret Hart at 10. I don't know what's with feel-good endings on the 10 numbers, but yeah, this has a great ending, and this will forever be a guilty pleasure WrestleMania for me, because no, it's not that great when it comes to technical wrestling, but I think it's more important to have a better story than just mindless wrestling. You need a balance of both, and that's why this isn't a great pay-per-view. But I think it's more for, a lot of people, memories, nostalgia. I know a lot of people who just love this WrestleMania, but every year when the WrestleMania list comes out, like ranking videos, this is almost always in the bottom 5. And I don't necessarily agree with that. If you're basing it just off of wrestling, yeah, maybe. But you have to look at the overall story here. You have Macho Man just kicking ass. And this was his night. And Ted DiBiase was originally supposed to win. I'm glad they changed it. And, maybe I'm just a sucker for Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man together, but, Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, that was kind of like I said, that was kind of the big marquee match here. It only went over 5 minutes, almost 5.5 minutes. Really nothing to behold here. It's not WrestleMania 3, and it ends in a double disqualification, eliminating each other from the tournament. And that took balls doing that, eliminating Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant from a tournament. That takes balls, especially at WrestleMania 4. So, in 1988, Hulk Hogan was on top of the world. And to have him not be featured in 5 or 6 matches, that was a big deal at the time. Focus on, that, not, I don't want to say next generation, because we're not quite there yet, but focus on other people at WrestleMania. That being Ted DiBiase, Macho Man, and, it just, I think this is a well-structured pay-per-view without great match quality. Now, a letter grade for this, I hate to do it, but I'm probably going to give this a C-. It's not by any means a technical wrestling event, but I think it tells a more important story. This is just my opinion on this. People can disagree with me, but, let me know your thoughts down below. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me on that. It's a great story. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.